Welcome into the River States Conference Basketball Media Day from Point Park University. Women's basketball with the Pioneers head coach, Tony Grenek, joining us. Coach Grenek, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me, Kevin.
So, Coach, what are you most looking forward to about this upcoming season?
I think that we have a tremendous group. We're very young. We had a very good freshman class come in last year that are now sophomores, and you have seen the improvement that they have made over the summer and in the preseason. We also have a very good freshman group that are brand new students this year that are really adjusting nicely. And I think it's a tight-knit group. We have three great seniors in Michelle Burns, Carly Lutz, and Sierra Dawson that are bringing the team in together. It's obviously different for everybody right now because of COVID, but trying to get team unity and team camaraderie, our seniors are doing a great job so far.
Speaking of returners, who are those returning players that you're most looking forward to and looking to make a big impact on the team?
Well, of course, we have our returning all-conference player in Michelle Burns. What's good about this year is Michelle's primarily been our point guard the past three seasons. This year, we have some nice depth at point guard, and we added a couple additions at that position, and also Lexi Pettit has really improved over the summer. So we plan on using Michelle a little bit at the two to take some pressure off her, and so she can get some more shots up. We have Carly Lutz and Sierra Dawson, very good rebounders, pretty good defenders when it comes to our pressing. When we like the full court press. And of course, you have Taylor Wren, who is a second team all conference player, tremendous rebounder, good low post scorer. Taylor Kirshner, Lexi Pettit, Sierra Sonetta has made tremendous strides since last year so far in his preseason. So we're really looking forward to this upcoming year. Hopefully we can get on the floor and play and get some reps in here soon.
So it is a big returning group there with those seniors you mentioned. There's no juniors on this team, interestingly, so there's a gap there, but a whole lot of sophomores because they were all freshmen last year. But let's talk about that freshman group, which is not quite as big as last year, but still a pretty big group there, first-year players. Who are some of those newcomers that you have noticed in the preseason that you expect to make an impact here this year?
Oh, well, we brought in 7 new players, and like you said, we have no junior class. So I think we have a combined 16 players in our freshman and sophomore class. And, players like Tanner Hoffer, Izzy Strickland transferred in from Clarion, Bailey Toothman from West Virginia, Gia Scalia, Jackie Caputo, Natalie Fontenez Ward from Meadville. They have just made our team that much better. I know I'm missing a couple of them because we have so many offhand. They'll probably come to me as we go. I seem to do this every year. But really, all of them, Laura Davis has had a tremendous preseason. They all have really come in and done a really, really nice job. They fit in immediately. I think we can get back to the ways that I always have liked to play, where we can get in your grill 94 feet and press you. We have depth. We have some nice point guard play. We have some depth there. We have some size. And we can really, really go back to kind of playing the style that I have liked to play, like I played in the past.
So you mentioned it a little bit there about the style, particularly defensively, that has been a hallmark of your team. How's the offensive end of the floor shaping up? People who can put the ball in the basket, whether from the outside, inside. It seems like you have some penetrators. Take us through the offensive end of the floor.
Of course, we have, people are familiar with Michelle Burns and her scoring capabilities from going to the hoop, and she'll probably become our school's all-time three-point shooter. probably early in the season. So everybody, I think, is familiar with her. But we have players that can really stretch the floor this year. Taylor Kirshner, um, Sierra Sonetta, Laura Davis, these are Skylar Aiken. These are some kids that can really, really shoot the basketball. And we're looking forward to them being more confident and, having that, having the self-confidence to take those shots. Lexi Pettit can get to the rim and she can shoot the ball. Izzy Strickland's a pass-first point guard, very good penetrator. Natalie Fontenez Ward, good shooter, good penetrator, very good athlete. Just needs, some more reps at the college level. Then you go, we're very potent inside this year. Of course, we've had Taylor Wren, who had some huge performances last year. One freshman I forgot is Tatiana Graham, very good low post inside player, strong, athletic, can score down low. So I think we can score in multitudes of ways where these past couple of years, it was kind of like, hopefully we're on, almost like watching an NBA game. If we're hitting the three, we have a good chance to win. If we're not hitting the three, we're probably going to lose. We have multiple ways of scoring, and that's going to be huge for us, I think, this upcoming year.
And not to dwell on the past, but let's take a look back to last season really quickly. 17-13 overall. It's a tough division. It's a very tough conference. Just missed the playoffs. What was the kind of the taste in your mouth of yourself or the team after that one? And has it kind of provided any motivation going into this year? Your thoughts?
To be honest with you, I think our girls are motivated all the time. I think the end of the year, our schedule was really tough for our men and women conference wise. I don't want to make any excuses, but we were on the road far away. I think the last 3 weeks of the season, we put over 60 hours on a charter bus. And, we were very young. And so I just think that, we kind of lost our legs. I was very tired at the end of last year. And it was just a tough situation. But, not to dwell on it, the kids were great and we were very young. It'll be the same way for this freshman class coming in this year where, you got to get used to these getting on a bus or a van, travel 4 or 5 hours, play your game and hop back on the van and come home, especially during COVID right now where, there's restrictions that are different wherever you go. So that's the main thing. Our freshmen now know what to expect. Of course, Burns, Dawson, and Lutz know what to expect. But it's going to take our freshmen a little bit of a learning curve like our sophomores had to go through this year. But like I said, you could tell already in the preseason that our sophomore class really has gotten better and in great shape over the summer. And I think they're ready for the challenge.
Okay. Let's talk about the River States Conference before we get out of here. What are some things that you need to do night in and night out to be successful in this conference?
I think we need to be able to put the ball in the hoop. We have found ways to keep games close for the most part by changing up defenses and playing some junk defenses and trapping here and there to, just to try to keep teams off guard and keep them off balance. Maybe, I don't want to say for our lack of talent, but we're playing some really good teams. It's tough to play a West Virginia Tech in a box and one when they have 3 kids or 4 kids that can just stroke the lights out from the 3-point range. So you have to kind of find some different ways. And then if you're not putting the ball in the hoop, then you're going to struggle no matter who you play against and how well you guard. So I think this year we should be pretty good offensively. We have a nice range of people that can penetrate. We have a good array of shooters, and we are capable to play in the post. So if we can defend and kind of get back to that motto of holding teams relatively, used to be under 60 points, the way the game is refereed and the way it's changed now, It's hard to do that because there's so many fouls called, and they're trying to put more scoring into the game, but we should be able to keep up with some people by being able to put some points on the board.
So how do you see the River States Conference shaping up this year? The top teams, whether in your division or around the conference as a whole.
I think it'll be the usual suspects again. West Virginia Tech's loaded. They have a lot of players back. I can't wait till those two sisters graduate. They've given me nightmares for 3-4 years. And they have size and guard play, and they're well coached. Rio Grande's always an excellent team. Coach Smalley's got like 7,000 wins, and you got Tiff over at IU East that does a great job, and Carlo's much improved. Ohio Christian went to nationals, and thank God they lost a couple players, but their coach is doing such a good job of bringing in new players. So it's a battle night in and night out on that east side. And the same thing goes for the west. IU Kokomo, Alice Lloyd, like I said, usual suspects, everybody on that side. Coach Ferris at IU Southeast, they've been doing great jobs for years. And so, I think, we've all played each other so many times over the past years that, we've become familiar with each other. I think it's a lot of who has the best recruiting classes coming in and can stay healthy. You never know when the injury aspect hits, but, things are a little bit different this year too. Hopefully our entire conference stays healthy. Hopefully we can all stay COVID free and have a good solid season and be that as it may and sort it out and let the best teams be able to settle it out on the court.
Okay, Coach, going to get you out of here on this one. This one's for the fans to kind of give a preview. What kind of team are we going to see on the floor whenever we watch the Pioneers? How would you describe them, how they act or how they conduct themselves and how they play?
First of all, I think you're going to see a team that is going to press from start until finish. I think you're going to see a team that pushes the ball up and down offensively, maybe more than I have the past couple years, because like I said, people are really adjusting into their roles. And also we're still really, really young, other than our 3 seniors. So, we plan on, I know Michelle Burns here, Dawson and Carly Lutz, I know they love to get up and down the floor, and the less thinking, the better. And just going off of instincts and playing kind of like wreck loose a little bit. I think we are going to be able to do that. And I think you're going to see a team that really gets along, that gels together, that's going to have some fun. And, I think I've reached a point. I'm getting old and I've been doing this a long time. I think this is year 25 or 26 of coaching basketball of some sort. I think I'm going to
year 10 at Point Park.
Yeah, year 10 at Point Park. I think you're going to see a more chill Tony Grenek and just having some fun and working with some young kids and trying to get them to possibly push for a championship and do well in conference play.
All right, sounds very good. Thank you for taking the time, Coach. And that's it for this part of our RSC Women's Basketball Media Day.
All right, thank you, Kevin.